Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of World of Horror. We're ballin', we're going. It's a challenge time. Now, here's the thing. Are we gonna do Mimi's little project again and then get coughing blood and then fucking die? Yeah, sure. Sounds fun. Sounds good to me. So anyways, welcome back. It's Ath Yelazath, again, Backstory World of Horror. That might be set for the challenge, now that I think about it. So, knowledge, charisma, light source, strength, maybe dexterity. There is a final boss, so we need to keep our weapon. And I think what we need to do is just go pretty hard. There's no memory checks whatsoever, so keep that in mind. A light source would go kind of hard. I think we'll still go for the compass because we need to level up a lot here, and that compass is very helpful. We're probably going to get schoolyard allies as well if we can. Hello? Hello? Tactical dog barking action, real and true. The Little Menace. She was terrorizing another recording I was doing earlier. So many Emmerdales, but that's okay. She's just excited because one of the blinds fell off on the blinds for the sliding patio door or whatever. And because of that, she can just now see outside at all times. And so she just sees, like, everybody just, like, walking by or letting their dog outside or whatever, and she's just like, I will fuck them up. And she talks a lot of shit when she's behind a glass window and iron bars, but, you know. Probably we just do... Yeah, you just gotta sell your kidney. That's a good opener, is selling your kidney. You could also do the -2 dexterity thing as well. I think that's also a completely fine opener. I don't really have any... I don't really have any personal, whatchamacallits. Just seeing Moriko on the TV real quick. I don't really have any personal whatchamacallits for which one's a better opener. I think you could make the argument on Harbinger of Doom that the -2 dexterity is better because you're gonna fail the dexterity checks anyways, so it doesn't matter. I'm playing around coughing blood, though. I always want to try to minimize the risk of coughing blood, just because coughing blood kind of hits fucking hard. As you saw in the last episode, that coughing blood does indeed kind of hit different. Sure, we'll open it with this. That's completely fine. The unfinished, okay. I don't need to know about that. I don't need to know about what may or may not be unfinished. We do need to get some sort of... I didn't get anything from the... Okay, that's bad. Really bad. I'll take a camera, or I'll take a compass. I'll also take a flashlight, too. Map and a camera. Okay, so we're gonna take a camera. This is not the greatest thing. This is the exact same thing that happened the last time, except it's actually worse, because we don't have Recluse, so we can't get rid of the -2 knowledge, potentially. And she's just looking out the window. You know, I'm looking out a different window, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. If she was seeing that out the window, you know, all the barks are warranted. But, the nice thing about the game that I'm playing now is that I only need to use my mouse hand, so I can just pet my dog. Which the previous game I was playing required you to use the keyboard as well. So there were no dog pets happening. But thankfully here at World of Horror, mouse game. But anyways, what are we even doing? What are we even saying? -2 reason? It's a cadaver? It's the prophet moment? Oh, the village is just doomed, huh? Okay, cool. Is the mansion doomed? The mansion is doomed. We're going into Fear Festival next, so actually the village being doomed is, like, slightly more important. If we were going into, like, I saw the yellow phone, I was like, ring, ring, banana phone. That's how brain-rotted you know that I am. But, if we were going into something like Vigil, then we would take the 2% doom here and then have the police station on the mansion. But we're going into Fear Festival. So technically speaking, if we accidentally misclick, we're dead? Just 3 cadavers, 1 mystery? Oh my god. Hey, give me the light source? Hell yeah. Yeah, we're dead, by the way. Like, we're just dead. There's like 2 cadavers in here that can just instantly kill us. Like that one. Well, it didn't instantly kill us, but Not having outdoorsmen, you hate to see it. Now, thankfully, this is a stamina-based enemy, so, you know, we do a little 70... we do a little nothing and nothing. 68%, oh my god. Don't even get me started about this. So our spells that we have are bad. So, you know, there's that. That's good. That's incredibly lucky. We take those. But, you know, I think the chances that we have here of winning are... We're not going to get cadavered, because we'd need 2 sanity cadavers in a row to get owned. I think I'm looking at this. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. I'm not liking it at all. I'm not liking it at all. Under no circumstance am I liking it. We're just kind of hanging out. We're waiting for death. This run has gone off to a horrible start, like one of the worst starts of all time. Shiro-san, the least EXP enemy in the world, 1 EXP in the back pocket. 2 EXP off of leveling up. I can't help but that's a... Notice that's a commentary on, you know... We're going with the -2 dexterity immediately, just because, like, I don't really care. Like, Mimi's project taking up an inventory slot means that we only have 2 inventory slots anyways, but, like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We're taking the EXP. We need something good here. First aid is good. Outdoorsman is way too late. We gotta get that knowledge back up to 8 if we can. We were really wishing we had something like a recluse right now. The thing about recluse is that it's bad, but being able to get rid of like a devastating curse that just ruins your run is actually good enough of a justification. We could get Hiroyuki Mizutani. I don't remember what he does though, so this is a trip to the WoW wiki. I'm gonna be honest with you, when the new allies came out, they didn't work. So why was I ever supposed to, like, ever be bothered to remember what they did? Completing a mystery regains 1 stamina. Honestly? Okay, he's the stamina guy. Honestly, we'll sell a handcuffs for that. That's pretty useful. We'll do whatever we can to get an Iwa. I meant it. We're doing whatever we can to get an Iwa. I mean, admittedly, the 2 funds is probably the best way to go about it. We lost 1 knowledge, which kind of sucks, but, you know, you're looking at this. Our strength is actually a good stat now. Do we go for the triple Iwa threat? The triple Iwa stack? No. I mean, I just think we should cut our losses and heal. We got 2 really good allies, and maybe I could just heal again. We'll go back for another ally, just to look. 4% Doom for Asato. I think you can actually take that. Because Asato, this is either 2 reason, or 2 chances to win the game. Now, we already have the Scalpel equipped, so it doesn't matter. Like, we've kicked the enemy to death before, it didn't matter. We need to not have a weapon equipped if we're going for the Kineko Gatherer thing. At least that's the experience that I've so far had. I'm gonna run away from him. I'm gonna run away from him because this is kind of fucking hard. And I think we don't want the Doom. We don't want the Doom, so we're just skipping time. Ryuchi is actually pretty interesting, and we could take him. We could take Ryuchi pretty easily. I don't think 6 stamina is going to be that bad, but I want to keep our health. I'm prioritizing our health right now. It is true that the stamina cadavers in the forest are strength-based. Well, that's not entirely true, but the one that we haven't seen yet is strength-based. I would rather spend it here. Or maybe I want to do Fondest Memory. Because Grow Teeth, completely useless. Invisibility... Admittedly, like, we were on Athiolaseth, maybe it could have worked, but we have Asato. We should actually try to get Asato to leave before we potentially get paranoid, because if we get paranoid, then we're just kind of screwed. Invisibility makes its 2nd appearance. Third Eye is technically usable, because what we can end up doing here is... We'll trip on a branch, that's fine. We saved our stamina earlier purposefully multiple times. We can spend stamina when we need to. But what was I gonna say? Please just let this be a... I mean, it would go hard, get me wrong, to get this, but, like, I'm not really feeling it Because I mean, alright, whatever. We take 6% Doom, we get one of the best items in the game. I can't really complain about that. It is what it is. It's a really good item. You really can't... We never have to level up strength either. That's one of the benefits. I am going to recover our sanity by 1. That's stamina. Regain sanity, and then hit 2 of these bad boys. And the dog is worming her way out. She's looking at the door. She's like, I want to go and bark. And it's like, I would appreciate it if you didn't, please. Thank you. So, obviously, you know, one of the things that Mimi's kind of good at is having decent perception. Alas, dear Yorick. I think we do Bear Claws now. I'm thinking about it. It did get us killed, but we do have Coughing Blood Insurance. -1 Charisma, +5% Doom. We can easily do this one. Yeah, I think this is Bear Claw Gaming right now. Just because, like, sure, we're gonna get 3 injuries. We have 2 funds already, and we're feeling pretty good about what we've got going on here. So Abnormal Arms is a little bit scary. Noisy Nails is that one boss fight. I think we gotta go Mermaids, just because that's something that we can get rid of. Broken Jaw is not actually a threat right now. It's a minor injury. We can get that cured anytime we want. We don't have any spells that we want to cast. This is actually this kind of hits hard. The problem is that our combat has never gotten better, because we're using a knowledge weapon. So we're just in this really awkward spot right now where our brace is actually pretty decent, but we're not in a good spot to where we can actually, like, lock this down at all. And I almost want to run from that. I think you do. You miss your attack on your first turn, you just want to get the fuck out of there. It's not worth it. Now this you can't run from, obviously. You want to just fucking kill him as quickly as possible, because the game... I don't know what to say. So we've already invested too much into this. We need to kill him. That's crazy that we missed that. That's actually nuts right there. You do that. I mean, we took, like, what, 7% Doom from this dickhead? Oh my god. Can't guarantee that it happens. 3, 4, 5. You gotta be very careful with these guys, because if you go too far, you go too hard, they're gonna cancel your actions. So we can't guarantee that it happens, but we can, like, brother, you just look at something like this and you're like, what on earth are we doing here? Like you're looking at something like this and you're like, yeah, it's horrible. I think you've got to try to play this as safely as you can. We can afford to lose the 2 stamina, but we can't afford to take 4. So you're not happy with this. We can do it. We can at least do a 95% chance, but if you miss that, you're gonna cry yourself to sleep. The box cutter is insanely strong. We want to use that against a boss, though, because, well, yes, we do need to break it for an achievement, and this is a perfect chance to do it. The problem with that is that when it breaks, it becomes significantly worse, and if it becomes significantly worse before we need to use it, then we're gonna feel pretty bad about that one, right? So we would like to use that on the Noisy Nails mystery, where we've got a boss guaranteed. Maybe use that on... I think we do Noisy Nails last, and we gamble, because what we can do is we can go to the whatchamacallit mystery, and if we get the enemy, then what we can end up doing is... I mean, I can't... Okay, we officially cannot take the whatchamacallit. We're gonna take Anatomy class 100%. You've got to take knowledge here. You've got to get your combat to be as good as possible. We cannot ever take Implant a Second Human Heart. You've got to do that early, honestly, so you can play around it. -10% chance to all combat actions. -2 knowledge, -1 incoming damage, slower combat. The only 2 options we have here are with a saline solution or rewire your vestibular system. I think you've got to go with... We've got 2 mysteries left. I think we just play Ill-Fated. We just enable Ill-Fated as our backstory, and we just kind of enjoy that for a little bit. We're gonna go Abnormal Arms, cut arm sinew needs to be taken care of. Here's the thing. We can go to the Witch's Tree. We can get money. We can go here. There's some things that we need to get cured. That's one of them. Burn is the other. Broken Jaw doesn't really matter. Oh my god, my blood loss, it burns. Okay, so we can equip the box cutter before the final investigation here. And if we get the boss, great, we have a good weapon for the boss. If we don't, then we can save the box cutter for the other boss. Now, yes, it is a perception weapon, but it's one of the best weapons. It's one of the better weapons in the game, so it'll be more beneficial to use it against the bosses than potentially anything else. So we're just playing Ill-Fated now. That's fine. I think you gotta take the stamina damage just because you got the painkillers to back you up. You do kind of hate taking 2, but yeah, it is what it is. We do want to save as much. Is Blood Loss the permanent one? I think it is. Yeah, I think Blood Loss is... You can't actually look at it, because why would you be able to look at your debuffs during combat, but... I think Blood Loss is the permanent one. I mean, we set her down to... We're gonna take 2 sanity damage. Fair enough. That's a decent trade because we have first aid, so we can make that work we can take that trade every single time. Because again, like, we have first aid, so we're just gonna heal right up here. I'm a little bit worried about how this run is going just because of the Doom, honestly. Like, the Doom is the only thing that I'm worried about. I would have to sell, if we get money, I would have to sell 2 things. Honestly, do that, which sets our EXP back, but it guarantees us a monument charge. Now, 3 stamina is not what you want to see when you're going into the stamina boss, but you know, it is what it is. So I mean, does it matter? It kind of does, actually. How's our brace looking? Is our brace good? Holy shit, we're pogging. Okay, so we take 2, and then... Oh, but it still doesn't really... I have to throw the scalpel or send an ally to go fight. I should have done third eye, honestly. But I can't. There's no reason to. Yeah, no, that sucks. Having the -1 knowledge is so bad. Because we literally would be able to kill... Like, every 4 points of knowledge you have gives you +1 sever damage. So we would have been able to kill without doing this. But we gotta do it. You hate to see it. You gotta do it. No fucking way. This is the only one that updates when you throw your weapon. That's so annoying. Okay. We're on Copium. We're on massive Copium right now. That lost us the game, really, honestly. Please no boss fight. Please no boss fight. Please no boss fight? Okay, we're feeling pretty good about that one, at least. But yeah, no, that's horrible, man. That's awful. We can't take the 5% Doom, literally impossible. Slower combat actions, -2 knowledge incoming. Okay, you know what? You gotta do that. You gotta do that. We've got good stamina regeneration. We're using a perception weapon now. Fuck it. You hate to see it. Badly bleeding. Okay. Just a minor case of badly bleeding. You gotta get that treated. I hate this game, by the way. Like, that's so unfortunate. -10% max stamina. -30% max stamina for fun. Well, we're gonna get the Broken Blade achievement at least. So, I don't know, that's at least pretty good. We do need to safeguard our stamina as much as possible, but it's like, man, what do you want me to do? Can we... Ooh, okay. See, this is just the power of the box cutter, honestly. And it broke immediately, and now it's really bad. The 65 speed's still pretty decent, but like... We are in agony that we had to switch to it so quickly. I absolutely hate that, like, it does not update properly when you throw your weapon and attack a normal enemy, but it does update properly when you want to sever. Like, that seems specifically, like, specifically a thing for me. We should do this one. I don't actually remember if the boss does all, or... Whatchamacallit. We want to run before he notices you, +1% Doom. Now, we want to level up, but we also want to try to get some... I mean, we literally don't have the, whatchamacallit in order to do it. Hospital keys, 90% doom. I don't think there's any way that we win this. Like, I don't think we have anything that we can do that works here. We are going to hopefully level up before this. I probably should have Desperation turn 1. That's actually a big throw on my part. Ryuchi? Oh, yo? I wish we had money, brother, but we actually might be able to sell stuff. Folklore studies is horrible. We gotta go art knowledge for the perception, and then you've gotta go... I don't remember if he's stamina only or if he's all. But we do have... We're taking -3/-3 from the lighthouse, so... actually, we're taking -3/-6 because we don't have a light source, so just give me the sanity. 93% Doom's a hard ask, by the way. Does stamina damage? Okay. So, on the bright side, that's a really good amount of damage to start off with. And I think you gotta do this. It's a little bad, and we might have to send an ally to hell, but, I mean... Honestly, it just comes down to the Doom, you know? Like, we just kind of got owned with the Doom pretty hard. And there wasn't really, like... We couldn't take some of those fights in the early game, so you just kind of got to get owned. So this is going to do... Oh, crap. This is actually going to do not what I think it is. So this is going to do... Wait, this would do 8, right? Because it's 4 damage, and then 8, so this is doing 9. And then this is... I mean, that would kill, but then if we miss one, we're dead. So actually what you want to do is... Oh, shit. How do you want to do this? We need Iwa. We want that +1 stamina. Or do we? Can we get... Like, Ryuchi is actually the way that we win this. Like, I'm not even joking. Ryuchi is the way that we win this game. So... We need to figure out how to navigate this. 6 damage, 80%? No fucking way. No fucking way. So this is gonna do 7, right? This is gonna do 7, because it's 3 + 3, 6 + 1. So this is doing 7. So what can we do here? So that's 7. I mean, that's 14. That's not good enough. So we could do a 90-80. And then that's gonna do 9. So I think I like, here's the thing, you hate to see it. There's a couple of ways that we can win this game, okay? Here's how we can win this game. 1, we can hit this, and then we get +1 stamina. We go up to 4. We're taking 3. Actually, do we have Heart of Darkness? We do not. That's Freaky Flood. So yeah, we hit this, we take 3, or we go up to 4, we take 3, we're good. The more consistent way to do this is to send one of the allies to go fight, but Ryuchi is our ace in the hole here, so actually, you just gotta send it. It is what it is, man. Like, if you can't rely on a 90% to win you the run, what can you even do, honestly? Like, the problem with that run was time skip, and that we had to run from a couple of early fights. But, yeah, no, Mimi's project, being a little bit harder than we initially anticipated. It's not that bad, it's just that we've been getting specifically, like, here's the thing. What we would have done is we would have sold our items after the stat checks that were relevant, so that we could then afford to use Ryuchi to go reduce the Doom. That's what we would have done, because we've only got 1 fight in there, and then after the fight we're good, right? So, that was the plan. But you can guarantee win that by sending allies to go fight, because one of the allies would have done... You send one of the allies to go fight, they do 2 damage, you win. But the thing is, we needed all of the allies because of our stat reductions throughout the game. If we had 1 more point of strength, we could have sent Iwa to go fight. If we had 1 more point of... I mean, really, it was strength, right? If we had 1 more point of strength, we could have had it done. But you can't throw the box cutter because we have a fight in the lighthouse. So you were just kind of screwed, right? Like, there wasn't really a play that you could do there. And you might think, oh, you got to level stamina there. No. You level reason there because you're taking -6 you're taking -6 from the lighthouse. So if you don't get up to 7, then what the hell are you gonna do? You don't have the doom to heal yourself. You don't have a healing spell. It's not gonna work out for you in that way. The thing that we really threw was I should have desperation round 1 in combat. I should have gone into the fight with 3 health, healed by forgetting the spells, and then just gone fucking crazy, right? Like, I think that's, or no, did I do that earlier? I might be getting confused with another thing. But yeah, no, the best way to win that fight was the 90% chance. You take the 90% chance there, you win the 90% chance, you win the game easily. Because you've got Ryuchi, you've got Iwa, everything's set up for you perfectly. But, you know, you get rid of Iwa, you throw the Spiral Hoodie, you go down to, like, below 8 strength. We might have been able to level up there, but I don't think so. Didn't we? We spent some EXP on Genji Ito. Admittedly, I wasn't paying attention. So we might have been able to level up there after killing the enemy or killing the boss or whatever. I don't remember what EXP the boss gives you, if it's like 20 or 25. But no, the best way to win that game, unless there was like some level up meme strat that I missed there, is absolutely take that 90% chance and then go in to the lighthouse with Ryuchi, so that the moment you basically, like, that run was winnable. We just got unlucky with the 90% chance. But anyways, have a good one. Stay safe out there. My name has been Webweaver. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Have a good one. Bye.